Sore loser Kari Lake, who, as we all know at this point, has lost the gubernatorial election in the state of Arizona, swears that, folks, she ain't giving up. And she, of course, went on Steve Bannon's podcast at the end of last week to announce that she has filed a lawsuit to challenge the election results in the state of Arizona. Now, the margin was close. She only lost by about 17,000 votes statewide. So that is pretty close. And we do know, as we've discussed, there were some election irregularities in the state of Arizona. Specifically, what happened was that in about 77 of the state's, 223 or 70 of the state's 223 counties, they had printed their ballots too light. The ballots were too light to be read by the scanners. So while they were getting new ballots printed up, they had to have people wait in line, or they told them they could basically cast a provisional ballot that would be counted by hand later. So it's either wait or you can cast your ballot over here and we'll just have to hand count it. Nobody was disenfranchised. Some people did choose to wait, and they made that choice to do so. But according to officials in the state, they did not have record reports of people actually leaving. Everybody who wanted to vote basically got to vote. And of course, the most important thing, this wasn't done maliciously, so there is no crime to speak of. But Kari Lake, as I mentioned, she's a sore loser. She's been hanging out a lot with Donald Trump. She's learned from his tactics that, definitely worked so well for him, right, Kari? So now you're trying to do the same thing, which is only going to prolong the inevitable. It's going to make you look like a complete and total loser, not once, but twice. Just like all the Republicans did in the state of Arizona following the 2020 election. You weren't happy with the results because y'all lost, so then you did the recount, and you lost the recount. Then you did the signature verification, and you lost again. Then you did the first ballot audit with Cyber Ninjas, drug that out for almost a year, and you lost again, and actually you lost by even more votes. Then you did multiple other ballot audits after the Cyber Ninjas won, and you lost each and every one of those. So I don't think this is going to go any different for Kari Lake. She is just prolonging the inevitable, which is, of course, the entire country viewing her as a complete and total loser. Because that is what she is. You ran an extreme campaign, you spouted conspiracy theories, you threw out garbage and nonsense, and the voters said, we've had enough of it. They rejected you and they rejected your viewpoints. It's also worth noting that a lot of Republicans in the state did flip their vote. They did not vote for Kari Lake, but they did vote for other Republicans down the ballot. You had a lot of split ballots. That shows that it wasn't because of voter disenfranchisement in Arizona. It was because of voters openly and publicly rejecting Kari Lake. But nevertheless, she has filed this lawsuit. She wants the names and phone numbers and addresses of all these voters that got turned away. She wants all the information of these election officials. She wants all the data from the machine. She wants it all. Give it to her, right? What do you have to lose? A worst case scenario, she loses again. Best case scenario, she realizes she's an idiot, drops the lawsuit, and quietly disappears. So there really is no downside. But I do want to say I did find something interesting, because Kari Lake sent out on social media something that I had actually suggested about a week ago, when she was threatening to file the lawsuit, and she mentioned what I said about, the ballots being printed too lightly. And I said, you're never going to be able to prove that there was malicious intent to do that, which means there is no crime, which means you're not going to get anything overturned. She actually said in a post on social media, she believes it was done maliciously. She used that word. It's almost as if she's been watching us, paying attention to everything we say. I don't actually want to take credit for that. That's anything any legal expert would have told her. If you can't prove it was done maliciously, if you can't prove the intent, then you do not have a crime and you're just going to look like an idiot. So she's out there trying to shape the narrative in the public, which fine, she's allowed to do that. But you're not allowed to do it in court. And if you can't prove it, then I hope the lawyers that you got to file that lawsuit are ready to be hit with sanctions, as we have seen happen to so many other lawyers across the country for filing these knowingly fictitious and frivolous election challenge lawsuits. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.